Hi everyone, Big Crago here. Just thought I'd do a quick deck tech on the deck that I'm using on the On the Edge event that's on Arena at the moment, running through from March 20th through March 23rd. This event is 250 gold to play in, or 500 gems. You could use cards that are from so there's standard legal but slightly modified from the three most recent sets, which is Core Set 2021, Zendikar Rising, and Kaldheim. If you win your 4 games, you get the following rewards. So you get the Reaper Shrug sticker emote, so it's a different emote. Kardur Doomscourge card style, so it's a different alternative cosmetic. Varragoth Bloodsky Sire card style or cosmetic, and an alternative Halvar God of the Battle card style cosmetic. So they're the 4 sort of prizes, if you will. The only card that's banned from this event that's not within those 3 sets is Omnath. Obviously, Omnath we've all lived through, or you may have lived through, how degenerate things get when you've got Omnath on the battlefield. So that's a banned card. Anyway, so with that in mind, let's have a look through the deck that I've been running. So I've already played through the event. I've just sort of done this impromptu, so it's a little bit scattered, so please excuse that, but I thought I should probably go through and talk about the deck that I'm actually running. It's just an extension on or a restricted version of the Dimir Rogues deck that's quite popular. For those of you that are aware of my deck techs and my play style, I've really enjoyed playing Zareth San over the sort of time that it's been popular. So we'll get to that in a sec, but starting on the low end of the spectrum, we've got the following cards. So we've got Merfolk Windrobber, 1 drop. For 1 blue, you get a 1/1 flying Merfolk Rogue creature, and when it does damage, it gets your opponent to mill 1. If you control if there's 8 or more cards in your opponent's graveyard, you can actually sacrifice the Windrobber and draw a card as well. So it's just got to be utility there. So we're running 3 of those. A full 4 play set of Rune Crab. So that's 1 blue for a 0/3 creature crab. Whenever you play a land, so it's got a landfall, it triggers and it mills your opponent for 3 cards. We run a full play set of 4 Thieves Guild Enforcers as well. This is an all-star. It's a 1 black for a 1/1 human rogue creature with flash. Whenever Thieves Guild Enforcer or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. And as long as your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, Thieves Guild Enforcer gets +2/+1 and has Death Touch. Pretty damn awesome from my point of view. So got a full play set of 4 of those. In the 2 drop slots, we have the following. So we have a bit of removal, counter spell, Lofty Denial. So we run 3 of these, which is 1 blue, 1 other for an instant spell. Target creature spell, counter target spell, unless its controller pays 1 mana. If you control a creature with flying, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead. Pretty good card. We run a full play set of 4 eliminates, which is 1 black, 1 other. Instant speed, destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. Great for just dealing with those pesky critters. And then another creature in the 2 drop slot, which is the Soaring Thought Thief, which is 1 black, 1 blue for a 1/3 human rogue creature. It has flash, which means it can be cast like an instant spell at any point in the time. It also has flying, and as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, rogues you control get +1/+0. Whenever 1 or more rogues you control attack, each opponent mills 2 cards. So it's just pushing through that extra damage. I think most of these spells are fairly familiar if you've played rogues before. Moving on into the 3 drop slot, we have Saw It Coming, which is 2 blue, 1 other for an instant. It's a counter target spell. You can actually foretell this, so pay 2 mana and put it into the foretell zone, and then you can cast it from the foretell zone for 2 mana, 1 blue, 1 other, instead of the 2 blue, 1 other. So it just gets a little bit cheaper. Nighthawk Scavenger, we run a full play set of 4 of these. This is an update on an oldie but goodie, being the Nighthawk. 2 black, 1 other for a 1+ /3 toughness. So flying, death touch, lifelink. Nighthawk gets Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among the card types in opponents' graveyards. That's a long and difficult way to pronounce that, Craig. Short, long of the story is that you get benefits for the different types of cards in your opponent's graveyard. So if they've got an instant, if they've got a sorcery, if they've got a creature, if they've got an artifact in their graveyard, you get all of those. So it can get quite large, this particular creature. So its power is equal to whatever the types of cards they have in their graveyard, plus 1 more. So that's pretty good. Agadim's Awakening. This particular card is very popular. It can come into play. It's a dual card. So you've got on one side it's a land that can come into play untapped if you pay 3 life, or tapped. The other option is you can pay 3 black and X and return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that have a different converted mana cost of X or less. So you could basically put 3 black and 3. So you could bring out 1 3-drop creature, 1 2-drop creature, and 1 1-drop creature, and put them back on the battlefield. And obviously that all combos quite nicely with the Thieves Guild Enforcer, being that the Thieves Guild Enforcer, anytime a rogue creature comes into play, it mills. So as I said before, one thing I will point out, the Nighthawk Scavenger, back 1 step, it is a rogue as well. So you could potentially play Agadim's Awakening card, bringing back a Nighthawk, bringing back a Soaring Thought Thief, and bringing, say, another Thieves Guild or a Merfolk. They're all rogues, so what would happen is it would trigger 3 times. So if you had a Thieves Guild Enforcer in play and those 3 came in, you would actually mill 3 times 2 cards, so 6 cards in total. Pretty powerful. In the 4-drop slots, we have Behold the Multiverse, 1 blue, 3 other for instant spell. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. So Scry is the ability to look at the 2 cards, put them back in order, put them on the bottom of your deck if you don't want them. You can also foretell this, so you can pay 1 blue, you can pay 2. It goes into your foretell zone, like a layaway plan, I guess. And then instead of costing you the 4 originally, you can cast it later on for only 1 blue and 1 other. Quite good. And then topping the deck out is Zareth San, who is a fantastic card in my opinion. This costs 5 mana to cost normally, but you generally don't cast it that way, and I'll get to that in a second. So Zareth is also a rogue. It's a Merfolk rogue, legendary creature, 4/4 power and toughness. Has flash, which means that you can cast it as an instant, e.g. you can cast it at any point in the game. Now, you have the option, as it says here, to pay 1 black, 1 blue, and 2 other to return an unblocked attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. Put Zareth San, the Trickster, from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. So in essence, what happens is you're attacking with rogues. If one of them is not blocked, you can actually pay 4 mana and replace that rogue with Zareth San. So he's like, surprise! The cool thing about Zareth San is when it does damage, so when Zareth San deals combat damage to a player, you may put a target permanent card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So basically, you attack him with a bunch of small creatures. You can change one of them out to a 4/4. It does damage to your opponent. You can then go through their graveyard that you've been milling and pick out something that's really powerful and put it into play, including, say, an Ugin. So a big, massive 8-drop spell, but you don't have to pay for it. You just get to put it into play. Very, very powerful. Rounding out the sort of land side of this deck, so we run 8 islands, 5 swamps, so that's your basics. We run the dual or the flip lands of the blue-black variety, so the pathways, so Murkwater and Clearwater, so that you can play those and sort of fix your mana. We also run the enters the battlefield tapped backwater, dismal backwater, which makes blue or black, and you gain 1 life when it comes into play. that's the deck. It's not overly complex. As you can see here in the mana curve, 2.5, slightly higher. That's probably because of the end sort of game with with some of the more expensive cards at the far end. It's got 23 creatures, so it's a fairly creature aggro deck, and it has 16 non-creature spells to sort of augment that with card draw, etc. All in all, I'm pretty happy with this deck. Now that I've played it through this event, I think it's actually quite strong. Yeah, give it a try if you think it's okay. Obviously, if you do try out this deck or if you play in the event, please comment below. I'd love to hear how you went and also what decks you used. So, all right, guys, have a fantastic one and feel free to let me know how you go. Catch up. Hi there. Just lining up that first game in the On the Edge promotion that's happening on Arena at the moment. So this is our opening hand. Basically, some land, some creatures, some counter spells. Let's see how we go. Send our opponent some love. Yeah, start off with one crab. Obviously the crab's always important to have. The happy crab. Okay. Excuse me. A black land in play. Mill them for 3. No attacks end turn. Just basically see what we can do here. I'm guessing they're going to start to aggro out pretty quickly. Just keep milling them. Yeah. Still get the 2 into the bin, which is what we were aiming for. No attacks from there. Just keep putting the pressure on. Excuse me. Kind of glad they don't have a landfall trigger creature out. Okay. All right, so I'm going to suspend this at the moment. Suspend, it's not suspend, it's foretell this, so that we can potentially sort of fix up our mana draw, etc. We want to mill them out as quickly as possible at the moment. I'm sort of feel like I'm sort of sitting still. Okay, play a land. Yeah. Alright. I think we need to pass this. I need to get a land. That's what I need. That is a land, so let's see how we go. Oh, amazing. That's great. Okay, mill 3. Kill the big elephant. Push for 6 more damage. And basically our opponent decides they've had enough. They have had enough. Alright, so we got the reward, the first reward, which is the badge. Awesome. We have 4 more wins to get, or 3 more wins to get, and then we get all of the unlocks. So let's see how we go. So I've already played the first game of Festival on the Edge. I just forgot to do an intro, so I was so excited about playing. Love the artwork, by the way. Basically, well, what it is it's a promotion that Arena from Wizards of the Coast, where you get to unlock a bunch of different alternative card arts plus an emote. Like a little image of an angel shrugging its shoulders, or a Valkyrie, however you want to look at it. It costs 500 gems, which is what I used, or you could use gold for it. I'm not sure what the gold amount is. I'm just basically going to play through and just for giggles, it's a bit of fun. So I'm using a Dimir Rogues build that is appropriate for this event. So it's can only contain cards from the core set 21, Zendikar Rising and Kaldheim. So it's a slightly modified standard, I guess. Yeah, let's see how we go. So let's have a look at this opening hand. Looks pretty good. I mean, I'd prefer not to have 2 legendary Zareths, but you know, it is what it is. We've got a creature, we've got a couple of spells to draw other cards or to counter. So I guess this is a key. Play the black straight out, only because I don't want to give away too much info if I can avoid it. Dr. Willie, good luck. Okay. End turn at this stage. Yeah. Block away. And we pick up the second victory. So here's the reward for the second win that we got. Unfortunately, our opponent obviously didn't want to play against rogues and just scoot, but it is what it is. So we'll claim the prize and go into our next game, see if we can pick up the victory as well. It is an interesting format. It sort of removes some of the cards that people lean on. Some of the companion cards, etc., are out. So that's kind of cool. Something a little bit different. Okay, so looking at this hand, we do have a black and a blue. We have a couple of creatures and some other things to keep. So this is definitely a keep hand. Say hello to our opponent. Oops. Wish him luck. I'm going to play this out tapped. Just because there's no one-drop spell that we can play anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference to us. At this point, then I'll just pass a turn across, and at the end of their end step, I'll put our Soaring Thought Thief in. Okay, they've foretold something. Back to us. Flash that in and end of turn. I'm gonna play that just so we've got the counter spell up. Okay, so what are they on? Alright, some sort of land destruction-y type deck by the look of it. A little bit interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I think let's use this at the moment. Keep on the same strategy as before, just chipping away. End turn. Play their 4th land. And we say no. Mill them again. Then down to 43. And now we start to hopefully put the pressure on. Let's see if they've got a wrath effect. That would be bad. No, just a discard effect. Okay, my turn. I'm gonna play this. Yeah. I'm going to play the crab out and then bring this land into play just to do the 3 mil at the top. And then I'm going to bash for a significant amount of damage. Dropping them down to 5 in turn. I'm wondering if we're going to get across the line now. Okay. Yep, we discard the counter spell we had in hand. That's okay. Excuse me. They kill our 7/3 and attack for 5. Sorry, for 4, dropping us down to 24. Back to our turn. Draw another land, which is nice. So that mill strategy. Put this back. Mill for another 2, chip in for 4, dropping them down to 1. See how we go. I basically need to come up with an answer for both our flyers, which they don't seem to be able to do. Alright, we get another victory. Alright. Very cool. Demon Rogue. Quite cool. All right, we've got one more game to finish off and to win, and then we'll finish off the event. Excuse me for coughing away there. So it's a bit of an impromptu recording. I just thought, oh well, rather than me just play it and that's it, I'll do this and then edit and put it up. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, yeah, it's potentially on. If it's not, then you may be watching it a bit after, so that's all good. Having a look at this hand, it is a little bit lackluster. It's got 4 land in it. I'm going to keep it just because it's got that draw option with the Behold of the Multiverse. So play the black land out and pass turn for now. So at the end of my opponent's end step, I will flash in the Thieves Guild Enforcer anyway. Yeah. Okay, so play the blue here. Actually, I should have played this first, but anyway. Shoulda. Okay. Gain a life. Foretell one of the Beholds. And then move on to the attack step. Attack with this. Milling 2. Alright, so the big issue that you face with these white decks is the burn. So until I get to a position where I've got multiple creatures out, I need at least another 1 or 2 creatures. I'm fairly susceptible to getting smashed. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna play this and hopefully get a land. Yep. I'm going to play this as a black, just so I've got it. And then move on to the attack step. We both. Push through 6 damage there. I think my opponent's realising what's going to happen here. So I've got removal there, eliminate. So I can basically, in their turn, I can try to destroy it. They either choose to sacrifice that creature or tap it, hopefully. The other option is we've got backup there with a counter spell. So okay, they take it. Wow, interesting. Okay, play another land there. Foretell one of these, and then attack again. Mill for 2. Yeah. Counter their creature. Drop them down to 7. We're still vulnerable though. Just sitting on that precipice where it's like, yeah, okay. Our opponent's considering their options here, so they could signify that they've got removal, or it could also signify that they don't have an answer at this stage. So hopefully, for their sake, they've got an answer. Unfortunately, oh, hold on, here we go. Pay 3 life. Attack with this. Mill for 2. Mill for another 2. Bash for the 4, and I can pick a creature or a spell. Sorry, it's not just a creature. There we go. Like so. Let's see if we can get there. Ooh. We have 3 attackers at the moment. That's such cool artwork. Kargun War Leader. I like it. Dwarven Hammer. Yep. with everything. See what they decide to block. Yep. Yep. And turn. Yep. See if we can get this flyer into play. Mill for another 2. And our opponents signified they don't have an answer, but let's see. Oh, look out. They do have an answer. There you go. You just never know if someone's going to be a little tricksy. Alright, so... yeah, okay, so we're in a fairly good position. Not unstoppable, but a fairly good position. Yeah, they can have that. No problem. Saying good game now. Hopefully that means that they don't have any more tricks up their sleeve, but let's see. Yep. We get there. Nice. Alright, so we get the final prize. Kind of cool. And that'll be the end of this video. I basically just wanted to play some games rather than just play them and be nothing there. I thought, yeah, let's see what happens. Have a great one. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so 7 PM to 10 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, so Greenwich Mean Time plus 10 hours. Come and check me out. I've got obviously a YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, please comment, subscribe, and like down below. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you on the battlefield. Catch you later.